There are so many different marketing strategies and funnels that you can use to grow your business. There's webinars, social media, Facebook and YouTube ads, and of course, we can't forget about funnels, right? But you have to start with something more important first, a marketing flywheel. By building a marketing flywheel first, you can then implement and test any or all of those strategies within your flywheel with a much higher chance of success. The key difference is that instead of these tactics being disconnected and short term, they're integrated and work together to create a marketing environment that grows month over month. By focusing on building a marketing flywheel first, you set your business up for long-term consistent growth, and you create a solid framework for all of your marketing efforts. What I want to walk you through in the next couple of minutes is what is a marketing flywheel and how can it help you grow your business, how it works. I'll show you how to apply force and remove friction at each stage of the flywheel, why almost all leaders in every market are using a flywheel. I'll show you the building blocks of a marketing flywheel. And then at the end, I'll give you a couple of different resources that you can use to implement a marketing flywheel in your business. So let's answer the question, what is a marketing flywheel? In a nutshell, it's a cyclical marketing system that contains all of your marketing assets, your funnels, your emails, your leads, customers, content, everything lives inside of the flywheel. It grows by leveraging momentum that you build by adding force and reducing friction. It focuses on attracting attention, building an engaged audience that converts into leads, nurturing those leads with valuable content that positions you as an authority, and then converts them into customers by making the right offer with the right message at the right time. Sometimes this happens in a matter of minutes. Sometimes it takes days, weeks, or even months, but each lead flows through your customer journey, through your flywheel at their own pace, getting what they need to become a customer or a client at each step of the way. The biggest difference between using traditional linear marketing strategies like funnels versus using a flywheel is that with a traditional funnel, the focus is all about getting customers to make that one purchase and then poof, they're gone, right? Until you decide to send them through another funnel or make another offer, of course. But with a flywheel, the focus is on attracting an audience that you can build a long-term relationship with, nurturing them with value as they become a lead and a customer so that they keep coming back for more. It's like the difference between a one-night stand and a long-term relationship. Sure, the one-night stand might be exciting in the moment, but the real magic happens when you find that special someone that you can build a lasting connection with. And that's exactly what a marketing flywheel can help you do. You build a strong, sustainable relationship with your target market that keeps your business growing every year. Now, a marketing flywheel can help you transform your business in so many different ways. But most people who I help build marketing flywheels for are bouncing around from funnel to funnel, constantly trying different strategies, most of the time never building any momentum, and throwing away all the assets they've built along the way. They have fragmented marketing assets like funnels and offers and email sequences scattered all over the place without any clear plan as to how they all fit together and how they fit within their customer journey. Actually, most of the time when I help them map out their customer journeys, it becomes blatantly obvious where the holes are. They have no nurture strategy for their audience and leads who haven't converted. It's 2023. You need to be strategic about what you send to people and when. You need dedicated nurture campaigns and marketing automation tools that allow you to segment your audience and personalize their content. Now, these tools used to be reserved for the largest of companies that have massive budgets, but that's not the case anymore. There's no excuse not to be using them. Nurturing your audience with valuable content is what positions you as an authority. No like and trust isn't good enough anymore. You need to be seen as the authority in your space. These tools can help you do that, and they won't break the bank like they used to. A lot of people who come to me are reliant on one single traffic source, whether it be, paid ads or referrals. And if one of those streams goes away, their business is left in ruin, essentially. And the number one thing that almost everybody has in common, the number one reason why people aren't buying your products or your service is because nobody knows who you are. Obscurity is the biggest thing holding back most businesses today. Attention is the most valuable commodity. And without it, you can have the best offer in the world and nobody's going to buy from you because nobody knows who you are. A marketing flywheel fixes all of that. And now I'm going to show you how. Now, my flywheel marketing method is a little different from others that you might see out there, so stick with me here. This is my version of the marketing flywheel. It's based on my years of working with hundreds of clients, building funnels, writing webinars, video sales letters, managing ad accounts, and even running entire marketing operations. What I notice is most people have paid to have one or more pieces built, but they rely completely on the success of that one funnel or strategy, and they're completely missing everything else. The way it works is really simple. There are 4 stages: attract, nurture, convert, and deliver. You start out by attracting your ideal audience through stuff like content, social media, and paid ads. Next, you nurture that audience and build meaningful relationships with them by giving them value with useful resources and information tailored to their needs and motivations. This is where trust is built. And if you do it correctly, your prospects don't need a whole lot of selling to become a customer or a client. They come ready to buy, ready to take action because you've already shown them and proven to them that you know what you're talking about. You understand their pains and struggles, and you've shown them that you have the right solution to meet their goals. That takes us into the conversion step. This is where your funnels are going to convert your prospects into paying customers. Simple as that. Sometimes it's the right offer at the right time. Other times it's a series of offers. It all depends on your business. The last step is to deliver. This step is about so much more than just delivering on your core promise. It's about over-delivering and creating raving fans out of your clients. Instead of clients staying clients, they become advocates to your business that you can then use to drive even more people into your flywheel, which again adds more force. Now, some people go from the attract stage to the convert stage in a matter of minutes. Some take days, weeks, or even months. The key is the marketing flywheel will cater to all leads no matter what actions they take. Your engagement with them is tailored to those actions, so no leads are ever really lost until they decide that you're not the right fit. The people who need more time to build trust, the people who need more nurturing, they get exactly what they need from you instead of finding it somewhere else just because they aren't ready to become a customer today. And the best part is this nurturing process, it's all automated. The flywheel is a marketing system that gains momentum every month and grows larger and larger and more effective as time goes, making your business less susceptible to stuff like market changes, banned ad accounts, or changes in algorithms. So the goal is always to build momentum. There are 3 factors that determine how much momentum your flywheel has: how much force you use to spin it, how big it is or how much it weighs, and how much friction there is slowing it down. Now, in a traditional marketing campaign, all the force is being applied to attracting leads at the top of a funnel and converting them into customers at the bottom. With the flywheel model, force is being applied at all 4 stages. The size and weight of your flywheel builds with every piece of content you publish, with every delighted customer that becomes an advocate. It builds with every resource you make available. As your authority in the market grows, so does your flywheel. Look at Gary Vee, for example. He has so much built into his flywheel that everywhere you look, you see him. If you're in his target audience, he could take a year off and do nothing, and his flywheel would still produce customers. Because there would be no force being applied, it would eventually slow down and stop, right? But any changes to the market, changes to ad platforms, he can weather it all because his flywheel has built up so much momentum. And that's what we want to do for your business. Finally, you want to reduce friction. You can do this by improving conversion rates, making sure you're giving your audience and leads the information that they need to trust you, having solid processes and standard operating procedures in place to ensure an amazing customer experience. And of course, by delivering on your core promises and giving your customers the results they want. You reduce friction by making it easy to do business with you. So let's take a look at each step. So at the attract stage, force can be added with paid traffic, right? Ads, partnerships, sponsorships. It can be added with content marketing, so podcasts, YouTube, social media, referrals from clients and affiliates. And then you remove friction by making it easy to connect with you and ask questions. You remove friction by engaging with your audience. At the nurture stage, force can be added by turning your audience into leads. You can add force by publishing and sharing valuable content and resources with them as they get closer to becoming a customer. And also by having people consume your content so they immediately know what result you're promising that your product or service will deliver, what it is that makes it better than any other option, what unique mechanism is responsible for delivering the results, and then how they can get started. At this stage, you remove friction by making it easy for your leads to find the information that they're looking for. You have to become their go-to for all things in your market so that they don't feel like there's anything your competitors can help them with that you can't. You remove friction by not pitching them with an offer every chance you have. There's nothing wrong with having a call to action, but your nurture campaigns need to lead with value and make sure that they're making the right offer to the right person at the right time. But again, we use automation to make this happen. At the convert stage, this is where it gets fun. You add force by converting leads into customers and clients, making sales. You remove friction by optimizing conversion rates. Next, we're at the deliver stage, where force is added by delivering and over-delivering on your promise and creating raving fans out of your customer base that help drive repeat sales and referral business. You remove friction by providing a great customer experience that leaves them wanting to come back. Okay, so you might be asking yourself, if marketing flywheels are so effective, why aren't more people using them? Well, lots of people are, and they just aren't talking about it. If you really look at it, all the top businesses and authority figures in every market have built flywheels, whether or not they talk about it. Even the marketers who teach people to use one specific funnel or strategy, most of them have still built a flywheel. They all produce content. They're all on multiple platforms like YouTube, podcasts, and social media. They all have a website instead of just one funnel. They're all nurturing their leads. They have everything. And in a world where content is king, there are a ton of people out there crushing it with a marketing flywheel that don't run paid ads at all. No paid traffic. Valuable content is the key to building a flywheel because it helps you attract an engaged audience and it helps you nurture that audience. And with tools like Flywheel Buddy and so many others out there, content creation and distribution really isn't as much work as it used to be. You just need the right frameworks and processes to follow to make it really easy and really effective. But again, the content strategy itself needs to have structure. It needs to be strategic. You can't just publish random content. Building a flywheel is all about building an audience. When you focus on building your audience, everything else gets easier. You can use smart automation to send them through funnels based on where they're at in their buyer's journey. Then you can start to retarget each segment of that audience with your offers, tailored to their intent level, okay? How much content have they consumed? Are they watching your videos? What actions are they taking? You can use automation to follow up with people based on their behaviors. But I'm sure that after watching this, you'll be able to see people using marketing flywheels out in the wild all the time. Just look at the top marketers who spent years preaching all you need is a single funnel with Facebook ads running to it. Now, so many of them are doubling down on content, social media, and using that content to nurture their leads. The flywheel marketing method is based on long-term consistent growth, not throwing up a webinar funnel overnight, hitting go on some Facebook ads, and hoping that you make $1 million in the next 30 days. That sound familiar? And this is where that whole one funnel is all you need idea falls short. It assumes that people are progressing through your funnel exactly the way that you want them to. Sure, some people do. And if you're well known in your industry and have a high level of authority built up, the number of people who are going to go right through your funnel is going to increase. But if you're not well known, you better believe they're opening up another tab and doing a little bit of research. I'm sure you've done it too. Flywheels expect that kind of behavior, and they're built to accommodate those people as well as your hyper buyers. Far too many people write off the leads who don't convert. I see it all the time on strategy calls where I'm asking people how they're following up and nurturing their leads who entered into a funnel and didn't convert. Now, most people say, well, I have a follow-up email sequence. And that's great. But then what? Do they go on an email list for you to send a newsletter once or twice a month until you're finally ready to hammer them with another offer? You need to have a specific strategy to nurture new leads who don't convert. Even worse, when they start to search for you online, I'm willing to bet that they're going to find a competitor who has a flywheel and can take the time to properly nurture that lead. They need to be properly nurtured at their own pace. A flywheel makes it possible. So let's take a look at the building blocks of a marketing flywheel. When you look at what a business has in their flywheel, it's really going to depend on the type of business and the size of business. But at the minimum, let's look at what a minimum viable flywheel would look like, okay? The very first thing is an irresistible offer. Nothing else matters if you don't have your offer dialed in. This is one of the biggest mistakes people make. Everyone thinks they have an amazing offer because they don't know how to actually audit their offer, mainly because they have no idea what components make an irresistible offer. It's the number one thing. People pour all this time into their offers and they're too close to it and they don't step back and take an objective, perspective of their offer to see that maybe it isn't as great of an offer to their target market as you think it is. You need to have a website. Okay, of course, this is going to act as your authority center and a hub for your content, as well as a hub for your funnels. You have to be on social media. You have to have social profiles and content channels set up. You have to have a presence, and you have to show up consistently where your potential customers spend time online. Now, for those claiming that social media is a waste of time or that it doesn't work for them, they just don't know what type of content you need to publish, how often you need to publish it, and then the most important piece, here's the big shocker. You have to be social on social media. Crazy, right? Engagement has to go both ways. When people comment on your posts, pages, and groups, you need to respond back. Social media is where you build that relationship with your audience. You need to engage. It's called social media for a reason. You have to be social. The next piece is core content. You need a piece of content that your audience can consume, whether it's a blog post, a PDF, a video, a webinar, podcast, whatever it is. You need a core piece of content that can take your ideal customer all the way through the awareness scale, from unaware to completely aware of what your big promise is, what's unique about the way you deliver that promise, what your unique method or mechanism is, and why they need to choose you. You have to have a nurture sequence. You need an email sequence that uses valuable content to nurture your audience, even if you send short emails that just link out to content on YouTube, blogs, or a podcast. You need a dedicated and deliberate nurture sequence to capitalize on the leads who don't convert right away. This is how you get those touch points in that leads to a conversion. This is not a weekly newsletter. A nurture sequence is completely different. You have to have a lead magnet funnel. Of course, you have to have a way to generate leads. You need to be able to convert your audience and followers into leads and prospects in order to nurture them properly and send them down other funnels. That leads us to a sales funnel. Obviously, you need a funnel, often multiple, that are designed to convert your leads when they're ready. You need to have a content marketing plan. You need attention. People can't possibly buy from you if they don't know who you are or how you can help them. You can't generate leads without attention. Content allows you to attract an audience for free, and unlike paid traffic, your content pieces can generate leads for months or even years without doing anything to promote them. But don't worry, in a flywheel, we always promote our content. It's free and effective. Without content, your flywheel cannot grow. And of course, paid traffic strategy. This one is optional. As I said before, some people kill it without paid traffic. You don't need to run paid ads, but if you do, it will be like pouring fuel on the fire you've already built, and it'll accelerate everything you put into your flywheel. So that's what a minimum viable flywheel needs in a nutshell. So when you put everything together, you're left with a complete marketing system that doesn't rely solely on paid ads, has multiple customer acquisition and traffic sources, builds your authority in the marketplace, nurtures customers so when they're ready to buy, they're already pre-sold, and you'll have a system that builds momentum week over week, month over month, and year over year. Hopefully by now, this is all making sense to you, and you can start to see why a marketing flywheel is such an effective strategy to grow your business. Instead of one singular customer acquisition method, you have an entire marketing ecosystem working for you, building momentum every step of the way. And the great part is, all the other strategies that you may have fallen in love with up until this point, things that are working for you now, and even some of the things that haven't worked for you, they all fit within the marketing flywheel. The only difference is, instead of being standalone and linear, they have a much higher chance of being successful, even if your funnel doesn't deliver the results you need. Your effort isn't wasted because you've at least built some level of momentum for your flywheel along the way. Now, as I mentioned before, flywheels are not cookie cutter. Everyone needs a flywheel that's customized specifically for their business, their customers' buying behaviors, and their unique customer journey. Now, if you're ready to start building your flywheel, you have a couple of different options. Flywheel Buddy is a platform I've been developing and continually add new tools to, so that you can build your marketing flywheel in the shortest amount of time possible, and with the least effort. When it comes to creating or refining your offers, building your funnels, creating your content, including core content, it does it all for you. So you can check that out at flywheelbuddy.com. Next, if you just want the core funnels, you can purchase my marketing flywheel template that comes with the structural pieces that you need, the core funnels you need, the email sequences, all the automations, everything ready for you to deploy into your Kartra or System.io account with a single click. Finally, if you want a more tailored approach, you can head over to markhaberstock.com and book a call to see if we'd be a good fit for me to build your flywheel or different pieces of it. I'll leave links below for everything. If you have any questions at all, feel free to comment below. If you don't mind, like and subscribe so that we can share this with more business owners and entrepreneurs who could really benefit from it. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out on social. Now get building that flywheel and start growing your business.